What's up, guys? Chris Flores, FLO Fitness, Falling Well, Balance of Wellness, and today what we're going to do is show you guys overhead squat assessment. Alright, I had a status on Facebook and put up assessments that different trainers do, and a lot of people say they do overhead squat assessment. So some people didn't know what that was. So what we're going to do today is put Paul through a little demo of what the overhead squat assessment is, what it looks for, what kind of muscular imbalances you can find with it. It's a really great assessment tool when you first get your clients to come in. Alright, first things first, you need a stick here. You can purchase one of the plastic ones that are pretty expensive, or you can get a broomstick, which I got here, wrap some tape around it, make it look real sweet, but so it looks like an assessment tool. Alright, you're going to have them hold this stick and hold it straight over their head. Alright, and what you're looking for when you first start, the purpose for the stick is you want the stick to be in line with the shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle. Alright, so those are the points you're going to look up while you're doing an overhead squat assessment. So, all you need is a stick and the human body to assess it. First things first, we're going to look at the feet. Paul has well pedicured toes,
yeah.
So he looks great. Alright, first thing you're looking for is the foot externally or internally rotates. So when the person comes down, does the foot turn out, which is external rotation there. We're exaggerating obviously so you can see, and if he internally rotates. Now, we're not going to get into fascial lines of the body and like the arch loop at all. We're just going to go into the basic hip rotators and what can be going on with the knee joint. So when somebody comes down, they externally rotate, it could be a problem with their hips. They could have super tight glutes, so the piriformis could be tight, forcing the external rotation, or they could have, the peroneals could be tight, which is a muscle on the side of the legs. Also when they internally rotate, you can see here the knees also start squinting, but we'll get to that next. So first we're just looking at the foot. Next joint we're looking at will be the knee joint. So we're watching here, both knees. Now some people, what you'll see is their knee will come out when you do the squat. So it'll come out, and the knees kind of bow out that way. Or the knees come in, squint in, and knees start squinting in. Alright? Now most of these problems could either be from the foot or the hip. Now if the foot's pronating or turning in, the knees are going to bow in that way. Alright? So the foot's supinating, coming out the other way, the knees generally come out. Like I said, this could be a problem either down at the foot, or it could be a problem up at the hip. Remember, this whole thing is connected. The whole body is connected, so it could be coming from anywhere. So this is what we do the overhead squat assessment. You're looking to see out or in with the knees. Alright, next place we're looking now is at the hip. There's a lot of things that go on the hip. We could probably talk for about 2 days about what can go on in the hip, but we'll keep it real simple. When they squat down, come on down, you're looking at this tilt in the hip. Alright, come back up. So what you're going to do is you're going to watch to see if the hip comes too far forward or it tends to roll back. Now most people have really tight hip flexors, and that will be from sitting all day. You'll see that a lot of people in the corporate world have really tight hip flexors. So as he comes down, if this is tight, it will bend forward, 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 causing this excessive lean here in the back. Alright? Now in rare cases you have somebody who's actually their hips are turned in, and when they squat down, you see it gets super straight here, and there's no orthotic curve down here. So you watch the hips, think about a bucket. The bucket's pouring in, or it's pouring out the back. Alright, and that's what you're looking for at the hip. Right, this part here, what you're going to be looking for, if the arms drop too much when they come forward. So squat down, normal pace. Again, remember you're looking stick, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle. And when he comes down, some people have super tight lats, or their chest is real tight, and they'll automatically do this when they come down. Alright, come back up. So the way you're supposed to look at it, if the chest muscles are tight, it'll cause this to lean forward. Or rounded shoulders, you see the shoulders rounded forward. Or a lot of people don't realize your lats actually come from up here, come down and insert anteriorly on the humerus. So if that's real tight, it also causes your arms to come down. So when they're squatting, hold their arms up. As they start to come down, this tightens up, pulls, 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 and brings the arms forward like that. Alright, so you're looking for... Alright, now when doing the overhead squat assessment, you're going to do 3 different angles you're going to view from. The first one we did was the anterior view, then the lateral view, and now the posterior view. Posteriorly, what you can look for when they squat, come on down, is that weight shift in their hips. Alright, now some people, depending on what their injuries are or where their pain is, they might have one side higher than the other, and you'll see the body actually shift the weight as they come down. So right when you're about to come down, go ahead, shift now. Most people shift right around this point, and then you'll see it come all the way down. Alright, now obviously we're exaggerating it so you can see but it might be subtle on some people. Some people will see it really bad, where one side's hiking up, the other side's dropping. Also, from the posterior view, what you can look at are the ankles again. If the heels come off the ground when they're squatting, generally that means they'll have super tight calves. So you watch them come down, the heels will come right off the ground. Again, we're exaggerating, but there are a lot of people who do this when they squat. There you go. Good. Alright, a few things before we're done with the overhead squat assessment is we're going to get into some of the muscles that may be tight or may be imbalanced when doing the overhead squat assessment. We're not necessarily going to get into the fascial lines, nerve innervations, or any kind of injuries a person might have previously. So, first and foremost, we'll just go right at the hips here. This area right here, where your iliopsoas is a big problem for a lot of tightness. The muscle goes right from the front here, anteriorly, and attaches to the lower back. So when the person squats, if that's tight, it's going to cause that excessive lean forward. Alright, so that's one of the muscles you're looking at. Also, most people's quad length is not right, so the quads are super tight. Quad muscle, for those who don't know, follow my hand. Quads will come from here, coming all the way down, and inserting at that tibial tuberosity. Alright, so when they squat, their quads are super tight. That's going to cause the hip flexor area to be tight and pull them forward as well. Now, as far as the knees going in and out, in that whole section, you're looking at this area back here. Follow the white line. You got your glutes, your piriformis, and these muscles here, your tensor fasciae latae, will pull, and as they pull, they'll externally rotate the leg. So if you're getting that knee bowing out, those muscles in that area could be tight. So that's another muscle group you're looking at. Alright, now a lot of people talk about the IT band. The IT band is just up and down here. It's just the fascia that comes all the way down and inserts down at the pons anterine. So when they squat down, the IT band's tight. It's generally because the muscles around it are pulling on it, and they're causing those knees to bow out. Now down at that calf area, you have your gastroc and your soleus. Those guys could be tight. Also the peroneal muscle here that runs up the side of the leg, comes up. If that's tight, that can cause sometimes the foot to bend inward. Alright, so that's another muscle area you're going to be looking at. And again, obviously up at the shoulders, your pecs and lats could be really tight, and that could be causing your shoulders to round forward.
Yeah, baby!
You can leave it up. Alright guys, that's the basic for the overhead squat assessment. Again, kept it really simple, not to get too complicated. Those are just the basic things you'll be looking for with the overhead squat assessment. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. Hit us up on Twitter, through Facebook, FLO Fitness, see it on the shirt. We also got new shirts in, $10 a pop if you want a shirt, see the back. Train easy. Train easy for results you want. I'd like to thank Paul for coming out, help us out overhead squat assessment. See you guys.